Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okuru. Nigeria oil workers under the aegis of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSN, and the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, have called off their 4-day-long industrial action. The unions had embarked on strike protesting the failure of the federal government to accede to some of their demands, which include the non-passage of the Petroleum Industrial Bill, among others. The National Executive Councils of the two unions agreed to suspend the strike after a long meeting on Thursday with federal government representatives. The decision was reached after 12 hours of negotiation. A day after reports emerged that over 100 people were kidnapped and 30 more killed in a village in Borno State, northeast Nigeria, by suspected members of the Boko Haram sect, the United Nations has condemned the attack. A representative of the UN Secretary General for West Africa, Mohammed Ibn Chabas, has condemned the renewed waves of attacks in Borno, which saw scores kidnapped and killed, including women and children. Spokesperson for Chambers, Oluseyi Mekun, in a statement issued Friday, particularly condemned the attack, which he says are being perpetrated against innocent civilians. The special representative called on the Nigerian authorities to do everything possible to curb the continuous attacks taking place in the northeast. He also called on the authorities to bring the perpetrators of the attacks to justice while expressing sympathy to the families of the victims. An EKITI State Governorship Election Tribunal sitting has upheld the June 21st governorship election in EKITI State, in which Fayose was declared the winner. At a sitting today in Abuja, the tribunal dismissed the petition filed by the APC and its candidate Kayode Fayemi, challenging the victory of Governor Fayose in the governorship elections. The court in its ruling said the petition filed by the APC was lacking in merit. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Mohammed Ibrahim Shiraju, said the petitioner failed to substantiate the allegations with evidence. Justice Shiraju, in his judgment that lasted for over 4 hours, held that the petitioners failed to prove all the allegations raised against the governor. The APC had, among other issues, demanded that the election of Fayose should be nullified because it was heavily militarized and because its officers and members were arrested, molested and detained during the elections. Nigeria's main opposition party, the All Progressives Congress, has raised alarm over the antics of a certain political party which it says has engaged in buying PVCs with a view to disenfranchise the owners of such cards, especially in opposition strongholds. In a statement issued in Lagos Friday, spokesperson of the party, Lai Mohammed, said while such purchased PVCs may not be transferable, those who are buying them are doing so to reduce the votes in the opposition strongholds and improve the chances of their own party at the polls. The party urged Nigerians not to sell their PVCs. It said in doing so, the future of their children will be mortgaged. Meanwhile, the APC has urged all its members and supporters who are yet to collect their PVCs and register to vote to do so urgently, saying they should visit their local government headquarters for the two exercises, which will continue until January 31st, 2015. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, News Now continues.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on TV360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to business. Nigeria's central bank Friday announced new measures to curb currency speculation as part of an effort to defend the naira, which has been hit hard by the collapse in global oil prices. A statement issued by the Apex Bank said customers who purchase foreign currency through the interbank market or an authorized dealer must use the funds within 48 hours. The central bank also said such funds must be returned to the CBN for repurchase at the bank's buying rate, if not used at all, at the stipulated amount of time. It's warned that sanctions will be imposed on those who fail to comply with the directive. The measure targets speculators who seek profit by buying of foreign currency in hopes that the naira will continue to fall. Nigeria, which is Africa's largest oil producer, depends on crude oil exports for 70% of government revenue and some 90% of its foreign exchange earnings. Last month, the CBN devalued the naira by 8%, conceding that defending the naira had put unsubstantiable strain on the dwindling government revenue. To foreign stories now, Pakistan's military says it has killed 59 militants in ground assaults and airstrikes on Taliban units in areas near the border with Afghanistan. The operation comes days after the Taliban killed over 141 people at a school in Peshawar, mostly children. The military has stepped up its offensive against the insurgents in the provinces of the Khyber Agency and North Waziristan. This week's operations included a series of ground assaults and 20 airstrikes by Pakistani jets in the Khyber tribal region, which killed 27 militants, including an Uzbek commander. An ambush on Thursday night by special forces in the Tira Valley, an area near the Afghan border, killed another 32 militants. In total, the army says it has killed more than 1,700 militants since its current offensive started in June. Police say 8 children were found dead at a house in Cairns in northern Queensland, Australia. They also confirmed that a 34-year-old woman, who was the mother of at least 7 of the children, had been taken to hospital with stab wounds but was stable. Police have not confirmed Australian reports that the children aged between 18 months and 15 years were stabbed to death. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott in a statement said it was an unspeakable crime. The house in the Manora suburb has been cordoned off and detectives are searching the yard for more evidence. Police have said it was such a tragic event, but there was no cause for public concern. They have not made any arrests, they said, but the injured woman was assisting in their investigations. The incident comes just days after a deadly siege in a cafe in Sydney ended with the death of the gunman and 2 hostages. To sports now. Nigerian international striker Ikechukwu has extended his contract with Spanish club Villarreal CF. Uche will now play for the Primera Division club until 2017. Uche joined Villarreal from Granada in 2011, initially on loan before the deal was eventually made permanent. He scored 14 league goals in his first full season with the Yellow Submarine and followed it up with another 14 just last season. The 30-year-old has already scored 4 goals in 13 league matches this season. Following the controversy trailing FIFA's corruption report, executives of the World Football Governing Body have unanimously agreed to publish a legally appropriate version of the report. FIFA President Sepp Blatter said he asked the executive committee to vote in favor of publishing the report, which probes allegation of World Cup bidding corruption. Blatter also confirmed that FIFA will not reopen the vote for the 2018 and 2022 World Cups, as Russia and Qatar will stay as hosts for the tournament, respectively. So far, only a disputed summary of Michael Garcia's 430-page report into the bidding process for the forthcoming World Cups have been published. FIFA's decision comes just days after the American lawyer resigned after his appeal against the published summary of his report was dismissed. He said the summary was incomplete and erroneous. We've come to the end of news now. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Thelma Okoro.